There are moments in life when everything feels uncertain. You look around, and it seems like everyone else has direction, a purpose, a path. They are moving forward, building something, making progress. But you feel stuck. You feel lost. You start to wonder if you're falling behind, if you've made the wrong choices, if you'll ever figure it out. You see others who seem so sure of themselves, and you ask yourself, why don't I feel that way? Why does it seem like everyone else has life figured out while I'm standing still? But listen carefully. You are not lost. Just because you can't see the path ahead doesn't mean there isn't one. Life doesn't always reveal its plan in a straight line. More often than not, clarity comes in hindsight. Think back to the times in your life when you felt uncertain before, the moments when you thought things were falling apart, only to realize later that they were falling into place. At that time, you couldn't see it. You couldn't understand why things weren't working out the way you had hoped. But looking back now, you can see it. How those struggles shaped you. How those delays protected you. How those closed doors redirected you to something better. Right now, you may feel like you have no direction. But what if this moment of uncertainty is exactly what you need? What if this space, this silence, this discomfort isn't a sign that you're lost, but an invitation to grow? When we are in motion, when we are constantly moving from one thing to the next, we rarely take the time to stop and ask ourselves, what do I truly want? What is really meant for me? Maybe this moment of uncertainty is here to force you to ask those questions, to stop chasing what isn't meant for you, to step away from the expectations, the pressure, the idea that you need to have everything figured out by now. No one has everything figured out. Even those who seem certain, who walk with confidence, who appear to know their purpose, they too have felt lost. Because being lost isn't a mistake. It's a part of the journey. The reason you feel lost is because you are between chapters. The old version of you, the one who thought they knew exactly what they wanted, has changed. And the new version of you, the one who is still forming, still growing, still figuring things out, they need time. Time to explore, time to make mistakes, time to try things and see what fits. We often think of being lost as something negative, something we need to fix. But what if being lost is actually a sign that you're becoming, that you are breaking free from the old and stepping into something new, even if you don't know what that is yet? You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to know exactly where you're going. What you need is trust. Trust that this moment is temporary, that one day you'll look back and see how every detour, every delay, every unanswered question was leading you exactly where you needed to go. Because life has always worked out for you in the past, hasn't it? Maybe not in the way you expected, maybe not in the way you planned, but somehow you have always ended up where you were meant to be. Think about that. Think about all the times you worried, all the times you doubted yourself, all the times you felt stuck. And then one day, something changed, something clicked, and suddenly, things made sense. What if this moment, this exact feeling you have right now, is just another chapter in that story? What if you are not lost, but simply in the space between where you were and where you are meant to be? You may not realize it now, but this uncertainty is part of your growth. Sometimes, life forces us to slow down, to question, to sit in discomfort, because if we never did, we might end up in places that weren't truly meant for us. Imagine if everything had gone exactly as you planned. Imagine if you had never questioned anything, never hesitated, never struggled. Would you be the person you are today? Would you have learned the lessons you needed to learn? Would you have discovered what truly matters to you? Often, it is only when we feel lost that we are given the opportunity to find something new. Not all those who wander are lost, and not all those who feel lost are truly without direction. Your path is unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. The lessons you need, the experiences that will shape you, the moments that will define you, they are happening, even now. You don't have to know exactly where you're going to trust that you're headed somewhere meaningful. You don't have to have all the answers to know that things will make sense one day. So breathe. Let go of the need to rush. You are exactly where you are meant to be. And when the time is right, the path will reveal itself.